Paul says, finally, you be strong in the Lord and in the strength of his might. And he says, here's how you're going to be able to do it. Put on the full armor of God. He says you're going to need some stability in your core to make sure that you're not pushed to the left or the right with the schemes and the ploys of the enemy against you. You're going to need to be girded in your core with a belt called truth. And then he says you're going to need something to guard your heart. You're going to need a breastplate called righteousness. And then he says that if you want any hope of being able to move forward successfully on the terrain of this life, you're going to need something for your feet. Your feet better be shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. He says that, oh, you're going to need a shield, because there are not just arrows, but flaming arrows that are going to be sent by the enemy into your life. And the flaming arrows are not meant to kill you. They are meant to set fire on everything around you, so that you're so distracted putting out fires that you don't have time to advance against his kingdom. So you're going to need a shield to extinguish the flaming missiles of the evil one, and that shield is your faith. You're going to need something to cover your mind, because the enemy is trying to erect strongholds, which are basically partitions that stand against the knowledge of God, so that you can't hear clearly the voice of God in your life. You're going to need a helmet, and that helmet is your salvation. And then he says you're going to need a sword of the Spirit. The sword that he's referring to is not the 3-foot long sword that we most picture. No, this is a 12-inch dagger. He says you're going to need a dagger of the Spirit. It was reserved for when the enemy encroached beyond the first lines of defense and the enemy was in close combat. He's all up in your face. He says for the moments in life when you're encroached upon by the enemy, you're going to need something to make sure that you stave off the enemy. You need a dagger of the Spirit. And that dagger is the Word of God.